Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing okay. The weather here was absolutely amazing today. So I hope we're on the other end of whatever it is we all went through. Um, you're going to see me touch my nose because my allergies got activated. My allergies got activated today. That's how warm it was. That's how beautiful it was in the sense of just everything started getting activated, the grass, the bushes, the trees. But today was a good day. Today was a good day. I hope it was for you as well. So, what are we talking about tonight? Okay. I was going to talk about cheating. I was going to follow up on the episode that I had with Jeff St. James about cheating. But some of the clips that we used in that episode got the video demonetized. So I'm going in a different direction tonight. And I will try to have another weekly wisdom about cheating, about infidelity. I just have to use clips that aren't going to get me demonetized. So I've got to find some new clips and I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they're out there. I've got to find some new clips that I'll be able to show at least a snippet of it and talk about, and then we can have that discussion. But tonight we are, y'all, I got an eyelash. We are talking about the hand that rocks the cradle. We are going to talk a little bit about what is happening out here and why we're finding ourselves in these awful situations with children, with women. Like, what is happening? And in my humble opinion, I believe that it's not just a macro issue, it's also a micro issue, it's a community issue, it's a family issue, for being honest. It really starts with the family. And so the child's first caregiver, the child's first guardian is its mother, right? It lives in the body of its mother. That is the first parent that the child knows. And with the incidents of single mother headed households, they may never, there are a lot of children out here today that may never meet a man that they would call father. They may never, like, they are born to a single mother. The father is nowhere around. And that is what they will know, is that single mother and her perspective and her, position. So her mother, her sister, the child may meet if she has a brother, if she has an uncle or a grandfather. But a lot of children today are starved. They have a father hunger, especially women. They have a father hunger and they don't even recognize it because they they have no real recollection of a father in their home or in their life. So they don't even recognize this father hunger that a lot of them have. So we're going to look at some videos. I'm going to ask some really great questions. I'd love it if the audience could comment and give me some thoughts. Hold on one second. I'm going to look at, trying to figure out why. Okay, we're good. I just want to make sure that I could see both sides of the comments. But I'm going to pose some questions, and I'd love it if the audience can kind of put their thoughts in the chat. I am going to preface this live tonight and every week by encouraging people to be kind and to be respectful. You will be removed from the chat and you will be removed from my channel if your comments are disrespectful, if they are profane, if they are attacking another person in the chat. Like, you can go to someone else's live. You don't even need to be here if that's what's on your mind. Okay. So I want you to be kind. I want you to be respectful. We are intellects over here. Over here, we have high level, intellectual, high vibration conversations. And the goal is to come up with solutions. The goal is to see what we can put out into the world to try to make changes. That's what we're all about over here. So we're not about the blaming and shaming. We're not about being unkind. We're not about attacking folks. We're not doing that. Good evening, glorious loved one. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so we're not doing that over here. There's plenty other platforms that you can do that on, not on mine. All right. All right. We are going to start tonight's show. And I have more than 10 videos. It only lets me clip 10 videos. All right. Rhonda Payne, 2195. Good evening. Thank you. She said, I'll be listening and driving. Thank you so much. Good evening. Okay. So I'm going to show some clips and then I'm going to get rid of some clips and put some more clips up. Because I mean, I have like 30 clips. I'm not going to get up to all of them tonight, but you will get you'll see a theme. You will see a theme when we think about the role that mothers play, especially today in the lives of their children and their young adults. You're going to start to see a theme. Okay. So let's get to the first one. And you all already know that this is like a whole thing, right? This is a whole thing that moms are doing, women are doing. I don't necessarily understand it. I posted a twerking video, and this was like last summer, and I had a woman, she came into the comments talking about, this is a part of our culture, and this is a part of the Caribbean culture and the African culture, and this and that, and y'all are making it something it's not, and you're sexualizing it, and all this other stuff. You're not going to convince me, okay? I don't care what it's a part of. As a Christian, as a virtuous woman, you are not going to see me bend over and roll my hips around, roll my buttocks around. That's not going to happen. Okay. So this whole, I got to try to make it into some cultural thing, that ain't going to happen. And you're not going to sit here and tell me there are not women in the Caribbean, there are not African women that know better than to do some of this stuff. Okay. So we're not doing that. All right. She said, hi, glorious. Okay. So we're going to see a woman and her daughter. And it looks like the daughter is like 5 or 6 years old, but this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing.
Back up there.
You gotta flip it around.
What are we doing? What are we doing that we are writhing on the ground with our 5-year-old daughter, showing them, good evening, Yoli, showing them how to twerk? Okay, what is happening? Why would a grown woman encourage her 5 or 6-year-old daughter to do this? Like, make that make sense to me. But this is what we're doing. I'm also going to issue a trigger warning. Some of these videos have incredibly strong language, and if I'm being honest with you all, I couldn't figure out how to beep it out. It would have taken me probably all day to figure out how to beep out the strong language. But it's this behavior. This is becoming common. This is becoming common behavior. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so this young mother moves the baby out of the way so that her backside can be in the camera. Now, this is on his first birthday. She makes this video of her twerking in the camera behind her 1-year-old son celebrating his birthday. But again, we have normalized this behavior. We think this behavior is normal. And it's fun. And it's, oh, I mean, Anita, you're such a stick in the mud. Oh, this is fun. This is her just having a good time. Yeah, no. She said it's not about his birthday anymore. No. And can we be honest? That's how you got the baby. That's how you became a single mother. Twerking your backside around out in public with probably less clothes on than you have here. And that's all that's going to get you is some D. That's going to get you some D for about an hour. That ain't even going to get a man to stay the night with you. You understand? A man won't even spend the night unless he don't have no other place to go. That'll get you about an hour of a man's time twerking. But y'all, I kid y'all not, people have been trying to convince me that, oh, this is tribal, this is cultural. And Anita, you are speaking out against people's Latino Caribbean, or Latino African or whatever. I don't care where you from. I don't care what your background is. There is no reason on earth that a dignified woman would make a video like this, would dance like this in public. What is the point? Again, really think about this. What is the point of acting like that? She said, and that's how she'll remain a single mother with multiple baby daddies. Yeah. What is the point? But we have normalized this behavior. We think that this is normal. Okay, so let's now this video I had to take the music off of because I knew I would get a strike because of the music. So this is the one and only Cardi B. Now y'all know she went on tour at the top of the month or the end of January, left her baby. This woman left her baby in the care of a nanny or a family member so that she could do this on tour. Okay? I want y'all to keep that in mind. And I had to remove the music, okay? Because she's singing the Tatiana song and it has the P word in it. It's riddled with profanity. But this is why she left her newborn baby so that she could go on tour and she could perform this song. This woman has how many children? Does she have 4 children? She has 4 children. She is a mother to 4 children. And this is what she's doing. And I just don't understand how, when her children are preteens or teenagers, how they're going to feel about this, how they're going to feel about seeing their mother with her entire backside out, hopping up and down on a chair. Good evening, high vibe 001. Good evening. Okay. How are they going to feel about this? Embarrassed, humiliated? Because I know I would. I could not even imagine finding a video like that of my mother bouncing around on top of a chair. Like, it is insane. I just don't understand how we got here. All right, I'm going to add another file here that I was not able to add. There we go. But this is a young woman attempting to keep, I assume, her baby daddy or maybe some other dude that she's seeing. She is attempting to keep him from leaving. She is holding on to the top of his car with the child on her hip. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. This woman needs to have CPS called on her. This is absolutely insane. But the guy is trying to drive off. She is holding on to his car, holding onto the roof of his car, and has her child on her hip. Has her child on her hip while this is happening. And he's trying to remove her. And you saw a violent struggle with the child on her hip. But these are the people, these are the women who are raising the next generation. Traumatized, wounded, broken. And can I be honest with you all? I'm already seeing the repercussions of this. I am already seeing this. Yeah, Cardi B doesn't allow her children to listen to her music. Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. But I'm already seeing this, y'all. People who have experienced all kinds of trauma, all kinds of family trauma, fighting and drug use and people using weapons, all kinds of family trauma. So what do you think that this child is going to go through? And in 20 years, maybe less, that child could have a child of her own. It's insane. She said, why endanger the child's life? Yep. Yeah. It is really something. But these are the women that are raising the next generation. These are the women. And it is beyond sad what is happening with these women. All right. We have a mother-daughter. And again, it is this type of behavior. It's these videos that these women are making. You're going to see a lot of videos with mothers with their daughters. And they think that this is fun, that this is bonding and perfectly okay for them to do. And this is the example that they're setting for their daughters. It is insane.
Blacked up. Bitch, I'm stylish. Blacked up, big t-shirt, Billy. From my wrist.
So this is what we're promoting. This is what we're promoting. And here's the sad truth. This is a mother who is in competition with her daughter. Okay, so let's keep in mind that the mother is 45. She is 45 years old enough to know better. But because she is in competition with her daughter, who's 26, that means the mother had the daughter at 19. But because she's in competition with her daughter, right? That's why a lot of moms make these videos. It's not about fun. It's not about bonding. It's not about doing something together. They are in direct competition with their daughters. That mother thinks she still got it. She thinks she looks good. And this is an excuse for her to dress like this on the internet beside her daughter. That's all that's happening. That is all that's happening. High Vibe says, my ex-husband's parents participated in domestic violence and drug use. He has so many issues. Yep. A lot. She said, and she doesn't even have a good body. I know that the daughter did not have a good body. But I think the mom thinks she has a good body. I think the mom felt like her body is better than the daughter's. And she made this video in direct competition of her daughter. But she thinks she still got it, honey. Oh, I still got it and I'm going to flaunt it. But y'all need to understand, these are the women. These are the mothers and grandmothers now. And they ain't got a lick of sense. What makes you think the kids are going to have a lick of sense? Like, these are their role models. And people ask me, why do I do what I do? Why do I make the content I make? Why do I speak out against this? Because somebody with a lick of sense has to speak on this. We have to stop normalizing this. This is not normal. Think about it. If that mother had a office job, if she had a job as a nurse, so now everybody at the hospital got to see what you're working with. Everybody at your office got to see your body. No, that's completely inappropriate. Let's see. Harry's area 1784. It's going to take women speaking up. They are not listening to men. That's exactly why I do what I do. Because somebody with a lick of sense has to speak on this. We have to stop normalizing this. This is not normal. And it's not okay. It is not okay. All right, we're going to go on to the next one because, like I said, I'm looking at all these videos and I'm just thinking, wow, what has happened to us? What has happened to us?
Is that too obvious? Okay, I like your confidence. Oh, this one could comments. Okay, like Kalani's. Roger like Kalani's. Okay, here at the parties. Right here at the parties. You better start a whole fire. Man, I'm on fire. I need someone, I need Tyler. I need Ramani, Rebecca, Serena, Selena. Let's start a whole choir.
The grandmother is 35 years old. Take that in. She is a grandmother at 35. I am 58 and I have not become a grandmother. This is a problem. This is a huge, huge problem. Let me make mention of something. And I've spoken about this before on my platform, and I actually want to pull it up now. Let me make mention of something to you all. This is what a lot of people, thank you, Brandon. This is what a lot of people don't recognize about having a child. So if you're a young woman and you have a child between the age of 12 and 21, some are having kids at 11, 10 years old, which is crazy. But I'm gonna be conservative and say 12 to 21. I want to read to you all something, and then I'm also gonna make I'm gonna put some clinical papers in the chat. So studies indicate that teenage mothers often experience arrested development, marked by a forced transition from adolescence to parenthood, which can hinder their personal growth, their education, and their social development. The intense pressure, the lack of support, and mental health challenges like depression can cause significant developmental, emotional, and social setbacks. The sudden, often unprepared shift into parenthood can interrupt schooling, leading to poor academic performance, lower educational attainment, and long-term financial dependency, as highlighted in studies on teen mothers in the US and Sweden. Teen mothers face high rates of depression, stress, and anxiety, which can hinder their own emotional maturity and in turn, their ability to form secure attachments with their infants. Research indicates that young mothers often struggle with long-term planning, decision-making, and developing the necessary parenting skills due to their own ongoing developmental stage, according to a study on the challenges of adolescent mothers. Teen mothers must simultaneously navigate the developmental tasks of being a teenager, which is that identity formation and peer socialization, and the responsibilities of being a parent, often resulting in a premature, strained adulthood that can lead to stunted or arrested transition into mature, independent living. I have been saying this forever, that the age, and I'm going to find that study, y'all, the age that the woman has the child, she is stuck in that age. She does not emotionally develop past the age that she had her child. So if it's 16, if it's 18, if it's 19, if it's 20, right? Any age between 12 and 21. But once she hits 21 and she has been childless, she's been able to go through the first 5 stages of Erik Erikson's personal development. And so if you have a child at 22, you will continue to grow and mature. It's not to say that you are completely mature, because there a lot of young women now, especially, are very immature at 22. But you will continue to go through normal, healthy maturation and development. Okay. But if you are 15, 16, 17, you are normally stunted or stuck at that age. So these 45-year-old women, they are 19 emotionally. Yeah. She says the question is, where is the great grandmother? She's probably 50. Yeah, I mean, it maybe. But again, if she had her daughter at 15, she's 50 years old in her body and she's 15 in her mind. But this is the biggest problem I see with teen pregnancy, is that the woman is emotionally immature. There is, and look, the men love to talk about a lack of accountability. There is zero accountability in these women who have children young. Zero. They think life is happening to them. They don't believe that their choices is why their life is the way it is. They think everything is happening to them. They think people are making them the way they are, and you're making me mad and you're pissing me off. When the reality is, it's coming from inside the house. That's what a lot of women do not understand. When you put your feelings and emotions on everything outside of you, everything is externalized. You cannot take ownership and accountability for your feelings. It's impossible to have a healthy relationship with a woman like that. It's impossible. It's impossible, because she will be controlling. She will blame everything on everybody else. It's everyone else's fault. She will not take accountability. But that is a lot of these teen mothers, these single mothers. And they are just passing that down to their children. So we know that single mothers, they are producing some of the worst women. They're even producing some of the worst men. Think about that. There are some single mothers out here. All right, I'm going to show y'all a picture. Let me pull it up. Of a young lady who did a photo shoot with her son, and she was topless in the photo shoot. And she talks about how she prayed to God to bring her a love, and he brung her a love in the form of her son. And see, this one of those weird mother-son sick dynamics, that you are doing a photo shoot topless with your 2 or 3-year-old son. What are you doing? But again, another young mother. Yeah. She said, I wonder if teen pregnancy is the same traumatic brain damage as childhood sexual trauma. It can be. It can be. But yeah, we are, like I said, it just blows my mind that people don't see this. So I see it so clearly what is happening. So interesting. Thank you for this. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, it's brought. The whole thing is just stunted. Okay. She says she will be manipulative. Yeah, well, that's in a woman's nature, period. That comes from the Bible. That's in a woman's nature, period, to be manipulative. You actually have to train yourself out of that. That's something that is kind of built into a woman's nature because of how we're socialized. So, all right. Rhonda Payne says there's a female comedian that did the same with her son. I can't remember her name. It was Jess Hilarious. Yep. Jess Hilarious. She did the same thing. I'm glad you said that. Yep. So they think this is cute. All right. We're going to move on to this young lady. So let's see. 8th grade is what? 14, 15?
Okay, my daughter getting her. No, let me not cuss. My daughter getting her stuff together, y'all. Y'all see her over there with her baby doing her homework. She ain't asked me to get him yet. I'm still waiting on that. When you gonna ask me to get him? Oh, okay. I'm trying to see because you've been doing good. Period. I'm so proud of her, y'all. My little babies. Okay. Wait, this is so cute.
So the mother sounds young. I thought that was interesting that when I listened to the mother's voice, and at the beginning of the video, she stopped herself from cursing. She said, "Oh, let me not curse." So that's her default. Her default programming is profanity. Right? And she has a 14-year-old daughter that just had a baby and is going to her first day in the 8th grade. And again, we want to normalize this. 14. That young woman will be 14 for the rest of her life unless she gets the proper therapy and help that she needs. She will be emotionally 14 for the rest of her life. The mother-son dynamic can get very strange, especially as a single mother. This is coming from a single mother with a son. I have been very intentional in my relationship with him not to get weird. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, you do have to be on top of it, right? He's not your little husband. He's not your therapist. He's not your boyfriend. And you have to raise him to be a man that a woman would actually be proud to have. Instead of coddling him, instead of protecting him. I see even married mothers. I have to get on married mothers all the time because they will not let their husbands discipline their son. And I'm thinking, what kind of nonsense is this? And I blame the husband. I blame the husband. The husband has lost complete control of his household. But there is no way that the husband, the father of the son, is not allowed to talk to his son, discipline his son. That's crazy. But it's a whole thing. She said, yuck, who took those pictures? Yeah. Yeah. Brandon says, wow, you just explained why women with more than 2 kids have so many issues. Yeah, but definitely if they had those children young, that their emotional maturity gets stunted. It gets stunted. And unless they have a lot of help, unless they bring it to their consciousness and they get help, a lot of women do not mature past the age they had their first child if it was before 21. Okay, we're going to look at another video of a mom, again, probably a young mom, teaching her girls to curse, teaching her girls to be disrespectful, teaching her daughters to be raunchy and ghetto.
Bitch, shut the hell up.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
Did I say your goofy ass to shut the fuck up, bitch? Bitch, shut your bitch ass up. Bitch, shut the hell up.
It's all fun and games, isn't it? It's all fun and games. Because that's what they're going to say. This is, oh, Anita, you're just so, holier than thou. You're so judgmental. You're such a stick in the mud. They're just having fun. Let the mom have fun with her daughters. Let her bond with her daughters and make this fun video. And when each of these little girls comes home pregnant, oh, it's still all fun and games, huh? It's all fun and games when they curse out the principal, when they get expelled from school. It's all fun and games when they curse out the teacher. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. And like I said, what is concerning me, he said the mother did sound young. Yeah, she's probably, if the girl is 14, the mom's probably early 30s. She's probably 30, 31. But this is a problem because we want to normalize this. We want to normalize this behavior. And you know how people love to tell you that you're judging them, right? That, you're judging them, and shaming people isn't the way. That's not going to help people if you shame them and you're judging them. My thought and opinion is not a judgment of you. It's not. It's my thought. It's my opinion. Because I don't have a heaven or a hell to put you in. I can't condemn you. I can't sentence you. So I can't be your judge. But the truth is, my thought or my opinion, it makes you feel a way. It makes you feel ashamed. And I say that's a good thing. Like, let's go in that direction. Let's go in the direction of someone saying how inappropriate this is, makes you feel bad, makes you feel ashamed. Let's keep going in that direction. But instead, they'll say that you're judging them, and they're just having fun, and they're just, this is the fun they're having with their daughters. Yeah. It is really something. But they think, yeah, this is not cute. Yeah, they think it's hilarious. They think it's hilarious to make this type of content. And this is what another person told me. They said, Anita, some of these videos you send me of the kids cursing and talking back and all of that, it's a skit, right? It's a skit. It's a little skit. It's a play that the parents do with the children. It's how they get likes and how they get views. And, they have a TikTok or they have an Instagram, and it's all fake. It's just a skit. It's fake. But this is how they make money. This is how they get paid. And, don't take it so seriously. Why on earth would I, as a parent, use my minor children in such a way? Why? Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever exploit my children in such a way to get likes or views or make money through content online? That makes it even worse. That this is what you're willing to stoop to. Yeah. I hate that cursing, disrespectful culture. Same. There's a lot of stuff that I just can't watch. And when I tell y'all this thing has got me feeling a way, it's just a matter of time before we can say the F word on just regular television. Because so many people use the F word, and the F word has now become the S word or the A word or the D. Like, it's just common for people to let the F word roll off their tongue. And once upon a time, you didn't say the F word. You didn't say MF, and you didn't say F. And now everywhere on the podcast, on the show, everywhere is riddled with the F word. It's crazy. She said, this is tough to watch, Miss Anita. I'm so tired of the ignorance that plagues our society. Good evening, Melanin Goddess Evolution. Good evening. Yeah, it's crazy. Bring shame back. Yeah. But this is what we think is totally acceptable. We think this is totally acceptable. Yeah, I can't make it up. Okay, he says, Miss Anita, how do we get women to correct and not normalize this behavior? That's a great question, and that's what I'm here to answer. So for the women who do believe that this behavior is unacceptable, you're going to have to become more vocal, right? You're going to have to do the bravest thing possible, and you're going to have to become more vocal. and say, hey, this is inappropriate. You know, this is out of line. We're ladies, right? Ladies should not use this language. We should not be twerking and bending over and gyrating. You know, we want to be ladies. You know, what happened to being a lady? The reason why there are no gentlemen anymore is because there are no ladies. There are no ladies. Why do men have to be gentlemen if women act like prostitutes? If women, you know, are showing everything they have online and gyrating and dancing all around half dressed. That is the kicker, that women have the audacity to want a gentleman when they are not ladies. That's insane. But we have to be brave. We have to speak up. We have to become more vocalized and say, hey, this isn't cool. I don't feel comfortable with this. We shouldn't be doing this. This is not my idea of fun. I can give you a whole list of phrases to say in these situations. But we don't want to follow these accounts. We don't want to comment on them. We don't want to like it. I found these videos. I didn't comment. I didn't like it. I don't follow any of these accounts. But we have got to stop perpetuating this type of content. Yeah, because as long as y'all click on it and watch it and laugh at it, and even if you leave a bad comment, now it puts it in your algorithm. So even if your comment is negative, but I'm saying when you are dealing with people in your world, that's where it has to start, right? We're not going to change everyone's mind online. But in your world, you need to start speaking out about stuff like this. So when people, so here's a perfect example. I'm going to give you a perfect example. If someone shared a video like this with me and they thought it was hilarious. Oh, Anita, let me show you this. This is crazy. I would say, don't send me that again. Don't send me videos like that again. I don't want to see it. My ears don't want to hear it. It's not appropriate. I would set a boundary around it. And that's what I want to see women do more. We've got to set a boundary around this type of behavior, because as long as we don't, it'll just keep going. High Vibe says the mothers are deflecting from their failures as parents. Were they okay with their child having sex? Children aren't just having sex out of curiosity. They were probably violated. Yeah, it's crazy. She says, Rhonda says, skid or not, it's still disgusting behavior. And that's what I say. To me, that's even worse. The fact that you're doing this on purpose for clicks and views and likes, that's crazy to me. That you would exploit your children in such a way. That's crazy. Even if it were clean content, asking kids for a check is a problem. Oh, we're gonna get to another. I want to get to another video where the mother is actually going to do just that. She is going to ask her child to give her birthday, give her his birthday money so she can pay the light bill. I think this is it.
Mother, literally, I take care of you, I feed you, I cook, I do all that stuff. And all I did, I asked you for your birthday money so that I can pay the light bill. You don't want to give me the birthday money. So I am taking the PS5 back so I can get the money so the bill can be paid.
Well, how you gonna ask for my birthday money that I got on my birthday to pay the light bill? And why you trying to take my PS5 away?
Well, you can't play the PS5 anyway if there ain't gonna be no damn lights in our house.
You shouldn't have been going out so much. You would have had the money. What happened to the income taxes?
Turner, first of all, I'm an adult. Stay out my business. When I come to you as a mother and I'm telling you there's an issue where I need help, you help.
Going out so much. I'm tired of you going out. You need to spend time with us, and you need to spend money on your bills.
Leilani, I'm not even talking to you. So you stay in a child's place.
Now you said stay in a child's place, but you asking my brother to pay your bills. And just like Lay said, you need to start spending money on us and stop going spending money on yourself and your little boyfriend.
Boy, y'all coming with y'all as a mother.
Oh, okay. So the child has more sense than the mom. The child says, why are you asking me for my birthday money when you stay going out, when you have a boyfriend, Why are you asking me for my money? Maybe you need to stay home more. Isn't that interesting that this mom wants to correct him by saying, I'm the adult, stay in a child's place. Baby, pay your bills. Because that's the child's place. The child's place is to be a child and to not have his money that he got for his birthday to go toward the light bill. That's in a child's place. So make that make sense. You want the child's birthday money, and then when he don't give it and he's telling you, like, maybe you shouldn't go out so much. Maybe you spending money taking your boyfriend out. Now, all of a sudden, she the adult. Good evening, Dr. Anwar. Good evening. Okay. And the child got more sense than her. She said, oops. Leilani has more sense than her mother. Yeah. Oh, Lord. He was going in on his mom. Yep. Because these mothers, like I said, it's like talking to a 14-year-old. And that's why the child probably felt like he could do it, because in his mind, she's a 14-year-old. She's a 15-year-old. She's not a mature, grown woman. Yeah. She wants him to stay in a child's place, but requesting to give her his birthday money. Yeah. I mean, I cannot make this up. But these are the type of women. These are the type of mothers that are raising the next generation. The only thing I have to look forward to is by the time these children are fully grown adults, I'll be on the way out. Like I'm just being honest with y'all. So let's say it's 20 years. It's about 20 years. I will be 78, like, and I won't be all the way out, but and hopefully I will be living off grid somewhere on my farm, not having to deal with this type of nonsense. But she's recording that conversation for what? That's what I thought was so interesting. I thought that was so interesting. I don't know if she was recording it because she thought he was going to say, sure, Mom, I'll help you out. You're right. I got to step up. I got to help out the family. And it went completely left. That conversation went totally left. So I don't know if she thought that's what he was going to say or do, sister moms. Yeah. But yeah, he went there. Shirazad Ali said years ago that there's nothing wrong with staying at home and out of the streets. These women have not gotten that message. They have not gotten that message. I don't know what they think is out here in these streets, but they have not gotten that message. This woman is still partying. She's still going out, clearly not managing her money well. And now asking her son, to pay the light bill with his birthday money. Like, make that make sense. Man, oh man. I can't, like I said, sometimes it blows my mind, the things that I see online. Oh, y'all. All right, we got one more. No, I got two more, but I'm gonna play this one next.
Make a tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out. Yeah, I'ma make a tap out, all day, all night, tap out.
Again, 41 years old. Making videos like this with her 20-something-year-old daughter. Because, and notice, mom is in the front. Daughter is in the back. These women are competing with their daughters. This is not a fun bonding experience. This is, I still got it. I can look as good as you. I can twerk as good as you. I still got it. That's what this is. And it's dangerous. It's for no other reason. These kids need a father because of this dynamic. It is dangerous. It is dangerous, the dynamic that we see with these women and their children, especially their daughters. Especially their daughters. There is a competition happening with these women and their daughters. And these twerking videos, these bikini videos, and on vacation videos, it's insane. It is insane. I got two more, and then we're going to wrap up because, y'all, I had the worst migraine ever earlier that I'm still trying to manage. But I said the show must go on. Now, this video has been making the rounds. I saw it last year. But I want y'all to just, again, these are the women that are raising the next generation. And y'all think it's bad now. You think what you're seeing now in 2026, Gen Z, young millennials, oh no, Gen Alpha is going to blow it out the water. Wait until Gen Alpha is adult age. Wait. You think Gen Z is bad? Can't even compare.
Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. Yes, I am homeless. I'm homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post, okay? I have no job. Yes, I have no job, okay?
Covered in tattoos. Pregnant for the 6th time. 4 baby daddies. Homeless. You don't think this lifestyle is traumatizing to a child? And you all wonder why people are so insecurely attached. They are insecurely attached now more than ever, and it's only going to get worse. That 65% number is going to go up. We are currently at 65% of people are insecurely attached. It used to be 50-50. It used to be around 50% of people were insecurely attached, 50% of people were securely attached. That number has skewed to 65%. And that number is going to go up because this woman has 6 children. She is pregnant with her 6th child, living out of her car. Where are these baby daddies? Where are they? Let's continue.
We listen and we don't judge. I have no job. I'm 35 years old, living out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly. I mean, I could.
35 years old, and she will have 6 children. Like, this is the dynamic. This is what we're dealing with. Zoom to your doom says it's not uncommon for mothers to try and seduce their daughters' boyfriends. Yeah, especially now. Yeah, it's a whole thing because they want to prove that they still got it. I still got it. I'm still 19. I'm still 17. This is crazy. She needs to marry one of her baby daddies. They're all shiftless. Trust me when I tell you, they're all shiftless. It is absolutely insane. Okay. Dr. Anwar says, Anita, I came in late. What do those 2 terms mean? Okay, so the hand that rocks the cradle, I assume that's what you mean. The hand that rocks the cradle, the name of the episode, that is a famous quote that says the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And it talks about the mother being the first teacher. So the mother, think about that. Every person on earth came through a woman. Every famous person, every powerful person. The mother was their first teacher. The mother was their first nurturer. And so if the moms are getting worse and worse and worse and worse, it only would, stand to reason that the children would be dysfunctional. If your first caregiver is completely dysfunctional, You don't stand a chance. Do you understand? He says, insane. Looks like the baby in the car seat behind her is only a few months old. Yeah, I mean, y'all, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. Let's continue.
Step out tomorrow and get hit by a car. And then we're in the hospital. Shit, that would not be good. So the next time somebody comes to my comments asking me questions, refer back to this video. Yes, I know I'm old as okay? Got a hell of a lot of kids. I'm homeless. And I'm broke. But guess what? I'm still alive and I'm living and I'm grateful and I can see and I can hear and I can smell and I can enjoy my babies. And I'm living and I'm healthy. I have my health. So yes, it's hard. My life's a mess. But the great thing about being at the bottom is the only way up, the only way is up, huh?
And she makes the statement, my life is a mess. And she makes this statement pregnant with her 6th child. She's unmarried. She's not with any of the children's fathers. Like, it is like a disease. It's like these women are brain dead. It's like a disease. And oftentimes, I'm not even sure, how to fix it. But I do know that those of us who know this is wrong, we have to say that. We have to be brave. We have to be courageous enough to say, this is wrong. This is completely out of order. And your life will not have good consequences. There are women like this who come to me and they're like, yep, I'm in therapy, fix me and tell me what to do. And baby, what? I'm a therapist, not a magician. Like, you're 6 children in. So that's the saddest part, is that these women have all but doomed themselves and doomed their children to this crazy life that they have. It is insane. All right, Dr. Anwar says securely and insecurely attached. So this is John Bowlby's work in the 50s, and there have been other psychotherapists that have, I'm actually going to pull it up now. There are new psychotherapists, John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth. So back in the 50s, they developed attachment style. This was British psychologist John Bowlby. And we are all one of 4 different attachment styles. So secure attachment is the gold standard. That means that for the most part, your parents were, attuned. Your parents took care of your physical needs, your mental needs, spiritual needs, your emotional needs. Your household was relatively safe and secure and healthy, right? You were educated, you were fed, but you were also emotionally attuned to. So those people are securely attached people. 65% of people are insecurely attached. They have a dismissive avoidant attachment style. They have an anxious preoccupied attachment style, or they have a disorganized attachment style, which is a blend of avoidant and anxious. That's 65% of people now. And so there's a quiz that you could take so that you can find out what your attachment style is. I refer people to the attachmentproject.com. You can go there and take the test and find out what your attachment style is. But that is the beginning of really figuring you out, especially when it comes to relationships. Like, what are my wounds? What are my traumas? How do I interact with people? How do I self-sabotage relationships? How do I pull away? How do I push people away? Like, all these different things. Your attachment style will help to explain that. Okay. Miss Independent says, hello, everyone. I'm here. I'm sorry, doing chores, but I'm here. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. She says, my caregivers were completely dysfunctional. Others stepped up to help, and I'm thankful. I've lived on my own since age 14. This is really sad to see how people live. It's babies for benefits. Yeah. Because again, this is what I keep telling women. You fought so hard to have birth control and you won't use it. Make that make sense. Children are not income opportunities. No. Make that make sense. I remember in my late 20s when I was volunteering at the projects in Atlanta. I was a school teacher and I was teaching kids, not in a great area, but I would volunteer on weekends to talk to teenage girls, and a lot of them were teenage mothers. And I think I was like 29. And they kept asking me the question. They were like, you don't have any kids? How? Like it was some sort of an anomaly. I was like, I use birth control? What? They were like, yeah, why don't you have any kids? And how is that possible? I'm like, because I use birth control. Right? So I'm not even going to play the moral police. I could, but I'm not even going to play the moral police on women today. Why aren't you preventing pregnancy? There are at least 15 ways for you to prevent pregnancy. Why aren't you using any of them or multiples of them? That's my question that I really want to have answered. I am genuinely curious with women like this. And I have 3 children. This woman is stressed out. This woman is anxious. This woman is depressed. She has all kinds of mental health struggles. You know it. I have 3 children and it was hard. I cannot imagine having 3 more children. So she has basically dug a 10-foot hole and jumped in it and dragged her children in that hole. Good evening, October 3074. Thank you for joining. She said, I'm so mad I missed the beginning. No worries. Okay, give those children to their fathers and fix your life. But I bet y'all $1 billion, the fathers ain't worth nothing. Look at her. Look at her. You think the fathers are, some corporate dude? You think the fathers have even a $75,000 a year job? You think the fathers go to church every Sunday? They don't. Look at her. And you'll see the type of men that she attracts. That's not the answer. Because a lot of probably all of the dudes that she had kids with, they're doing worse than her. So yeah, it's absolutely awful. Melanin Goddess Evolution says she sounds like she's on the brink of a nervous breakdown. Yeah, she's having a mental health crisis. These are the women that kill their children, then commit suicide. She'll be pregnant again in a year, most likely. Yeah. Insane, y'all. This is insane. And look, she don't have not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but she got, look what she got, y'all. She got one of these. She got one of these. So she can sit in her car and make TikTok videos. She got one of those. She don't have no job, but she got one of these. Isn't that interesting? That's the time that we're living in. Can't go get the pill for free. Can't buy a condom. Can't even take the morning after pill. You can get the morning after pill for $10 at CVS. I just don't. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm at a loss for words. When I see videos like that, it's beyond sad, and it's not even about her. I'm upset because the children are gonna suffer. It's not about her. I could care less about her. She's a grown adult. She says she's 35, but it's her children. She said, "I'm late. Also, I'm late as well." Thank you, October. She said 27 likes, 47 people. Yes, that's a real video. That is a real video a woman posted on TikTok. It is just, I can't make it up, y'all. All right, we're going to end with this last video at the height of dysfunction. She said, did you start at 7? I did. I started exactly at 7 because I got to wrap up. I got to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. But we're going to play this last video. I want y'all, this is a real video. This is another one that y'all not going to believe is real. But this is where our world is headed. This is the height of dysfunction when it comes to mothers. This is how dysfunctional mothers, and think about this, really think about this. Your mother used to be the safest person. Your mother used to be the most level-headed, safest person. She used to be the person who unconditionally loved you. She used to be the person who protected you. And these mothers are anything but that. Anything but that. Okay. Deep House Nation says, forget a therapist. They need an exorcist. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah. It is crazy. It's crazy. I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. I guess it would be wrong to ask a date to take an attachment style test. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Every man that I've ever had an interest shown in me, that's exactly what I do. I send him a list of personality tests. I say, hey, can you take this? Hey, can you take that? Hey, take this for me and screenshot me your results. I sure do. And look, you want to do it in the first 30 days when the man is doing his best to try to impress you. That's the time to ask. Don't wait. Do it in the first 30 days where you have a little bit of, influence. I sure do. I want you to take this test so I know what your attachment style is. I want you to take this personality test. I want to know who I'm dealing with. Yeah, it's crazy. Hello, Anita. I hope you're having a good night. I dated a young lady with 7 kids by 3 different men, 2 of whom were in jail and the other got killed as a drug dealer. She got her tubes tied. 7 children, too late. But can I be honest? Is it Omnipo B9949? You dated her. You dated her. So there's no incentive for women not to do this because men like you will date her. Men like you will date a woman with 7 children with 3 different men. So there's no incentive for her to not do this. Because yes, there are men out here there's a man out here who'll deal with that woman in her car. He'll deal with her. He won't take her seriously. He won't marry her, but he will deal with her. So yeah, my advice to the women, be brave, speak out about this, stop going along to get along. You have to start slut shaming. That is what we call it, where we slut shame other women. And we do this, as this is a part of the gender dynamic where women check other women, right? Because think about it. If left unchecked, women, this is what has happened. They have made sex free. They have made it so that sex doesn't cost anything. And so women who are not out here sleeping around, who want to get married, who want to be in a healthy relationship, the barrier to entry literally is 0. And so the men are looking at us like we're crazy. I'm taking you on this date. You're not going to let me in. You're not going to let me up. No. But because a minority of women, and now I wouldn't even say it's a minority. Can I be honest? I think it's the majority. I think the majority of women are out here doing this. And so sex doesn't cost anything. Sex is free. And men think that every woman on the planet should give them free sex because of this majority of women that are doing this. But as long as men will continue to give women time and attention like this, he said, because it's their body, their choice. Yep. As long as men. So I say to the women, start slut shaming. I say to the men, stop dealing with them. Stop dealing with them. And look, I don't want the men to slut shame because it doesn't work. Men slut shaming women does not work. what does work with these type of women is just don't deal with them. Don't engage with them and don't deal with them. Act like they're scum on the bottom of your shoe and keep it pushing. That hurts a woman more than you calling her a slut. Right? When a man will not even engage with a woman, when she's not even worth his words, when she's not even worth his time, that hurts women more than you calling them names. That hurts women more than you slut shaming them. But men have also got to stop dealing with women in these situations. She says, I remember that question at age 19 and up from women and men. I said, I'm not married. That's why I don't have children. And the opposition I received was angering. Those young ladies just couldn't, they didn't even think it was possible. They didn't think it was possible to get to the age of 29 and not have any children. That's what was really sad. Like, that's how we have normalized this. The women haven't been raised, so they have no concept that children need more than just snacks. Yeah. Whew. She said that'd be a memorable date if you whipped out a pop quiz at the table. I wouldn't trip on it personally. Yeah, like I said, you got to do what you got to do. I've told women there are 33 methods of birth control. Pick one. They all say, well, not all of them work and you could be allergic. I usually ask, oh, so you tried all 33? And they get mad and silent because they didn't. They didn't. Okay, he says, before I met her, we dated for a year, but the 7 kids was just too much. I moved on, got married, and have children that are mine. Yeah, I just don't ever want a man to be in that situation, ever. Ever. Why? Why? I'm sorry, that is a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. And she could be a sweetheart. She could be a beautiful girl. She could have a banging body, but that's a deal breaker. Because that says something about her character. That says something about her, that she refuses to use birth control and she's laying down with these different men having children for them. She's not married. Yeah, I want men to stop dealing with them. Please stop dealing with them. Okay, women who have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids and all within a 10-year span of time. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. She said these girls can't afford a pregnancy test. They go to the ER with a fake complaint so they can get the pregnancy test. Wow. Yeah, that is. Dr. Anwar says mine was. I'm sure you were talking about your mom. Yeah, mine was too. Still is. Still is. My mom, my grandma, my aunties. When I tell you the salt of the earth, my mom would never, like when I show her these videos, my mom's 83. I show her these videos of women twerking with their daughters and being half dressed with their daughters. She's like, what in the heck are you showing me? Like, this can't be real. And then she'll say, is it AI? I said, Ma, sadly, it's not. It's not AI. These are real people doing this. Because now my mother's like, oh, everything is AI. I said, Mom, everything ain't AI. Okay. Everything ain't AI, Mom. I thought the other videos were the height. Yeah. Unfortunately, my mother was never safe. That's why my nana and aunt had to step in. Well, I'm glad you had good women who were safe, right? Okay, she says, I'm going to initiate that on a date. Oh, yeah, please give them the attachment style quiz. You can give it to them before the date and say, yeah, I'd love to know your attachment style, and then we'll discuss it on the date. Yeah. Thank you. So thank you, my sister, for trying to help our women see. Yeah, it's a tough job. It's a real tough job. Okay, Anita, I'm going to try that. All right, I'm going to play this last video, and then I got to head out, y'all, because like I said, I've been battling a horrible headache. But y'all are going to think this is fake, okay? You're going to think this video is a skit, but it's not. So check it out.
Mom's a life coach, so you know she was able to use her relationship insight and suggest that based on our problems that maybe we needed, you know, a new face to the relationship.
A lot of couples need a third. They're just not. They don't want to admit it. But
did you say that
person?
because you liked him?
No, when I first suggested that, I wasn't necessarily thinking me, but as the conversation progressed, and I mean, I always thought he was cute, but that wasn't my initial thought.
Same here.
So the third was you, the throuple.
It wound up working out that way, yes.
So this is something I've never seen before. It's a mother, a daughter, impregnated by the same man. And what are their names?
This is Nicole. Nicole, you want to say hi? She has a hiccup, so
My daughter is so beautiful.
she's adorable, and we love her so much.
And this is Nick Jr.
Nick Jr.?
Yes. My sweet boy.
Where did you find inspiration for that?
Oh, wow.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, yeah.
He's my junior.
I feel like that's every man's dream, is to name their child
For sure.
their first name
And he's
Junior.
a perfect boy.
Oh, he is such a good boy.
And we wanted to give Nicole some sort of, a name that's kind of tied to Nicholas as well, because at the end of the day, my mom and I both love Nick so much.
Yeah, the babies are also so tied together. They're literally like a month apart,
Yeah.
So we wanted them to have that bond.
This is real. These people have completely lost their mind. And you cannot convince me that this mother hates her daughter. She hates her daughter. This is not what healthy motherhood looks like at all. There is no, y'all, you are having sex with a man that your daughter is having sex with. So what do they say about the 6 degrees of separation? So if you and her had sex, you having sex with your daughter. That's how sick this world has become. It is truly, truly a sick world. Yeah. But you cannot convince me that this woman does not hate her daughter. All right, 4 Seasons 546 says, I saw info said women's eggs stay good until about 45 before losing quality, but men's sperm is made daily, so it declines as men decline. A woman will run out of eggs before she turns 45. So it's not even about the quality of her eggs. She won't have any, right? You have about a 20-year window from the date of your first menses. So my first menstrual cycle was at 13. I actually got it on my 13th birthday, to be exact. So the day I turned 13, I came on my period. I had 20 years from that day to have my children. I had my first daughter at 31. I had my twins at 34. So I just made it within that, right outside of that window. But yeah, it's not even about declining. They just don't have any eggs. It says, facts, culturally speaking, we will have to hurt some feelings and break some eggs if we want an omelet. We tried the soft way to no avail. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working. We have to be honest with people. We have to be honest with people. We have to be brave. This is the least brave, least courageous, least risk-taking generation I've ever seen. It is the softest, like words hurt generation. And I just don't get it. Words are violence. No, they're not. Violence is violence. Violence is violence. And I can show you the difference between me just talking and actually being violent. But we have to at least talk. We have to stand up for what's right. And we have to tell people, hey, this isn't cool. We have to stop dealing with people that continue. I keep telling women, you all have friends doing this. You have friends that are acting up. You have friends that are cutting up with their kids and cutting up with men, and you let it slide. Agree, women should take responsibility, insist on rubbers for sex or take the pill, but beware. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna let me send y'all the attachment style quiz. I'm actually gonna put it in the link, put it in the live. Yeah, but we have got to start calling this stuff out. It's insane. Okay, so this is the link. I have several, but this is the one I like. Attachment pathway. I'm gonna put attachment pathway in the chat if you are interested in taking the attachment style quiz. Okay. Yeah, This woman hates her daughter. Seems taking the pill. Okay, hold on. Seems taking the pill messes with who you will be attracted to. You may team with a man who you would not be attracted to if you were not on the pill. That can happen. That most definitely can happen. But there are other forms of birth control. Okay, he says, if the fathers of those 6 children have a roof over their head, they're doing better than the mother. Odds are she decided to carry them to birth against the father's will also. Oh, for sure. For sure. But let's be honest. The fathers could be residing with someone else. Like, I've seen these cases many, many times. The father is living with another woman. He can't bring a child there. The father is living with his grandmother. The father is living with his sister. The father is incarcerated. So, yeah. Said, ew, yuck, gross. Yeah, this mom hates her child. Like, can we just say that? She hates her daughter. Yeah, it's beyond, it's disgusting. So this is what we're dealing with. Like, I needed to show you all that. This is what we're dealing with. That's not only disgusting, but it's sinful. Yeah, this is what we're dealing with in 2026. So the mom is probably in her early 40s. And, you know, white women don't age well. So, you know, she had a lot of wrinkles, but she might be 41, 42. And the daughter's probably 20, 21, 22. You know, they're probably about 20 years apart. Yeah. Yep. No way. Tell me this ain't so. Yeah. That is it. That's yeah. October says, oh, I immediately said she's extremely jealous of her daughter. I wonder where her daughter's father is. Yeah. And they had a baby by the man. This woman had a baby. That's sick. That's sick. So her daughter's brother is the same age as his niece. That's sick. Yeah. No maternal anything, no morals, no ethics. No, this is where we're at, y'all. So we have to be bold. We have to be brave. We have to speak up. And there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it that's tactful. There's a way to do it, in my humble opinion, that's kind, but it's direct. It's just very matter of fact, telling people what it is. And so many people are afraid of doing this. Like I said, I have friends who have other friends. They're not my friends because I'm going to tell you about yourself, but they have other friends that are doing these type of behaviors. And I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to say something. Like, why would you're complicit. Why would you allow this girlfriend to do her kids like this? You know, you're complicit. This is some race play and mother competing with her daughter, her grandchild, and her child are siblings. I know it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's disgusting. Like I said, I can't even. So the mother's child is her child's sister, but then the two of them, yeah, they're now half brother and sister. That's sick. That's sick. The Bible predicted these vices. Prophecy must be fulfilled. Yep. Yep. Said mother wanted the hot stud for herself. Yeah, she hates her daughter. You can't convince me otherwise. It's sick. This world, man. I wonder if you take the pill, which hinders the eggs to drop, or the tea inside the uterus that makes the body think it's pregnant, does that keep eggs on hold? It does not. You're losing eggs with every year. Every year that you're alive, you're going to lose eggs. So just because you're not ovulating, that doesn't mean anything. You are born with all the eggs you're going to have at birth. You lose eggs every year you're alive until you run out of them. Okay, so that's just what it is. All right, so there's the link, attachmentpathway.com. I'm going to recommend that you all take the attachment style quiz. I'm going to recommend that you definitely have anyone that you're romantically interested in take that quiz. Find out for yourself. Read about their attachment style. Okay. The comment about the woman's egg saying viable as age is about older men being responsible for birth defects. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. The father might not claim those children. Yeah, it's getting really crazy out here, y'all. Getting really, really crazy. Said, well, you know, white women don't age well. Yeah, she's wrinkled. And like I said, she's probably like 15 years younger than me. That's what's kind of sad. Like, oh. Yeah, but again, like you said, there's some weird race stuff going on. So that's crazy. The mother of the 6 children never blamed any of the fathers for her circumstances. Who'd know better than her? Yeah, like I said, we don't know the full story. We just got a 2 to 3 minute video. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. I'm just looking through your comments, seeing if there's anything else I want to highlight. Thank you. These people really don't think about what they're going to tell these children born into these circumstances when they ask questions as they get older. And yes, they will. They don't. And this is not love. Like, you all have to understand, this is not love. None of what these people are doing is loving. This is not love. It's like we don't know love anymore. It's really sad. Yeah. It's really sad. I've tried saying something about these behaviors, but there's more situations and videos where it's normalized. Yeah, I agree. But I'm going to keep doing my part. I'm going to keep speaking out about it. I'm going to keep going live and making videos like this in hopes that someone will say, okay, I mean, we need to get back on track. This has really gone way, way off track. This is not good. And like I said, in 20 short years, 20 years sounds like a long time. It really isn't. In 20 short years, we're going to have 70, 80% of people insecurely attached. And they're going to be traumatized and wounded, and they're going to have tons of problems. And we're going to ask ourselves, well, what happened? These mothers, that's what happened. So yeah, thank you. Okay. I had some dumb women laugh and say Cardi B's older children are not going to ask about how this new baby came to be. They're all going to know eventually. And remember, the internet is forever. The internet is undefeated. Thank you, Rhonda Payne. She says, I hope your headache calms down soon. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I appreciate you all so much. The fact that you're here, it proves to me that people want to get this world back on track. It proves to me that there are people out here who do know the difference between right and wrong. I want you all to start being bold and courageous. You have to go out into the world and really start to speak out about this stuff. Remember, if you're a woman, you want to check other women. You want to start calling out what is completely inappropriate, what is completely low vibrational, low character behavior. And then if you're a man, you just want to steer clear of women like this. The number one thing you should know as a man, if a woman has children, is what type of mother is she? What type of mother is she? If she can't treat her own blood children with love and care and nurturing, what do you think she's going to do with you? Like, seriously. So yeah, that should be a deal breaker. That should be a deal breaker. She says, Anita, I see you got a new Pops On chair after your cat left his calling card in it last year. Yes, I did. I did. And y'all, cat pee is undefeated. I tried everything to get that smell out. I could not get that smell out. I was like, well, I got to get rid of this. So I had to get a new one. Yep. Because once that happened, it was a done deal. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. I appreciate you. I thank you all so much for your comments, for your likes. For those of you listening to the replay, I want you to like this video. I want you to share this video. I'm going to start clipping up these weekly wisdoms and making short form content with it. And so, feel free to become a member of the channel. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. That is how you help me as a small creator. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay open to love.